I have so much hair. Hi everyone, it's Alana and welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited about today's video because I know that on this channel, I don't talk about like my passion for singing and lyrics and writing and all that good stuff on this channel that much. I don't think that sentence was very correct, but it really is like my favorite thing is singing and lyrics. So because Gabbie Hanna is kind of like more highly talked about recently due to some things that we won't get into today, I just thought I would take this time to comment on her singing and her lyrics. My intention is definitely not to make fun of her at all, really just to kind of like exercise my critique skills because I ultimately would love to become a voice teacher when I'm older, so this would be super fun for me. I also do write lyrics, I write songs. I have not published them yet because I'm very afraid, and also I kind of do want to perfect my lyrics beforehand. This is not to say I'm on the same caliber of Gabbie Hanna at all because she has the confidence to actually put her music out there, so I have to commend her for that. That is very cool. Like, I don't even have that ability right now, so good for you, Gabbie. Basically in this video, I'm just going to be talking about how she could improve her vocals and how she could improve her lyrics. My intention is not to make fun of her or be mean to her. I don't have this video scripted and I'm not going to make it super like polished and perfected because I just kind of want to like talk like a normal freaking person. I think it's really cool that Gabbie's releasing her music, but at the same time she doesn't have like a lot of experience with singing or writing lyrics, so I think it's something that she could look into improving on because, you know, even like freaking Taylor Swift I guess could improve, even though it's not my place to critique Taylor Swift by any means. If you're watching this video, you likely know Gabbie Hanna, but basically she started as a Vine star, then became a YouTuber, then became a singer, and she also has 2 poetry books out, and she's currently kind of trending on Twitter for some things that we won't get into right now, but she is kind of well known for being the center of a lot of drama, so that's probably where you know her from. So because songwriting has 2 very, very different aspects to them, I'm gonna spend the first half of this video focusing on her vocals, and then I'm gonna spend the second half of this video focusing on her lyrics. I will have timestamps in the description if you'd like to hop and skip around if you're only interested in the vocal part or if you're only interested in the lyrics part. In the song lyric portion, I'm going to be comparing Gabbie's lyrics with lyrics from other songwriters to kind of show what Gabbie was attempting at doing, but in a way that has more intention and more purpose in it. So I'm only 17 years old. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a vocal teacher yet, but that's the ultimate goal. This whole thing is just practice to learn how to give criticism in a way that is digestible and not terrifying. So we're going to start with a classic Gabbie Hanna singing video, which is her Monster video. I'm not here to make memes about it. I'm just here to let you guys know probably like what went wrong and what she could do to improve in the future.
Laying in the bed that I made all alone. Guess I'm not surprised, honestly.
That beginning part was very impressive because that is super low. I wish I had my piano here. I don't know what that lowest note was, but that is very low. I think Gabbie Hanna actually might be an alto. The only advice I would give her is to just try it in a whine. If you're ever doing a song that has some really low notes or really high notes, trying it in a whine first might help kind of like open up your nasal cavities to make it just kind of flow out of you more easily. I don't know the science behind it. Just instead of laying in my bed that I made all alone. I can't hit that note, I'm a soprano, don't bully me. There's this kind of like intense like chesty situation, laying in the bed, which makes it a little bit harder to actually hit those low notes, which is weird. So maybe trying it in like a laying in the bed that I made all alone. Guess I'm not surprised, honestly. You're not gonna actually do that in the song, but see, I actually almost hit that note just then because I tried it in a whine. She hit the note, like she hit it, but if she wanted to try it in a whine, it might make it just a little bit easier, and then obviously she could taper down the whine and make it more normal.
People wanna talk when I'm not around to hear. Really, they don't know what I made up.
At the beginning when she went people, that was perfect. There was a little bit of mix in it, so it wasn't too heavy, which I really like because I feel that Gabbie Hanna sometimes struggles with a little bit too heaviness or like over singing, as some people say. So that people wanna talk was so gentle, which I really liked. But then it got a little bit louder, which I think was like her intention in the song. People wanna talk when I'm not around to hear. Really, they don't know what I'm made of. I just feel like if she kept with the people, that kind of like mixiness that she was doing there, because that was super good. The people wanna talk, it was so good. I wonder if she just tried keeping it a little bit. Just people wanna talk when I'm not around to hear. And then you can still like build the volume with keeping that mixiness. Really, they don't know what I'm made of.
Clearly I'm the one they're afraid of. The
It's
thing
a
with the
little
line,
bit, yeah, it's a little bit heavy. It's not flat at all. Sometimes when your vocals are a little bit heavier, when you're like over singing, you can get a little flat, and it's not flat there.
one after another, they've always come and gone. But what if I'm the monster that's been here all along?
I know exactly what's going on here, and I know exactly how to help her. So if Gabbie, you're watching this, you're definitely what, but if anybody else is watching this that wants to sing this song, here is how to fix this issue. So first of all, the reason why this actually doesn't sound good is not Gabbie's fault whatsoever. It is the fact that they switched over to the camera mic, which made the audio shift very abruptly, which made it sound kind of weird. She totally hit the note, but I think the issue here is actually the choice in vowel placement. When you have a high note like that, choosing a very wide vowel, like the word is monster, and she's going monster, which I think makes it extra hard and extra heavy up there because that is a pretty high note. I don't know what it is. Again, I don't have my piano here. I kind of really wish I did.
So what if I'm the monster?
I think that might be a D, but I don't have perfect pitch. I was wrong. I think it's a C sharp. So the issue is that she's going, so what if I'm the monster? It doesn't sound quite right. So my first question would be, are you willing to say monster? Just give it a try. So what if I'm the monster that's been here all along? Suddenly it is so easy. Monster! Cause see, stir, there's something about that makes it so much easier that you could even like put vibrato in it. But I think with Gabbie, she likes that more rock punk vibe. So she wants to keep the monster vowel, but monster is just so wide, your mouth is instantly gonna open wide and the sound's gonna go like pachoo, which is gonna make it very hard to stay on pitch. My advice, if I was her vocal coach, would be instead of monster, go monst which is gonna make it more forward and potentially more mixy, and it's still gonna sound practically the same, but it's gonna make it so much easier. So for example, so what if I'm the monster that's been here all along? Do you hear the difference from monster and monster? But it's also complicated because I do think Gabbie definitely likes the sound, and she actually calls this point in her song the scream. So if she is planning on touring, which I think she is, her voice definitely would not be able to do that every night. If I were her, I definitely would change it to an instead of an because it just is too wide.
You're dropping like flies whenever I'm around.
Whenever I'm around. It's still too wide. They're dropping like flies whenever I'm around. Never I'm around. I'm just going to do a search for Gabbie Hanna live vocals. That was a very short clip. This is like a compilation of Gabbie Hanna attempting to sing for 1 minute and 9 seconds straight. Even just that short clip like taught me so much about her voice. I think that her main priority is to hit notes. And her main priority is actually not to keep her voice healthy. And she wants to be a professional musician for the rest of her life. So, in my opinion, like if it hurts to hit the note, just don't. Even if I can't understand. That's what it is I think it's partly that she has a lack of vocal training. She said this many times, this is not new, but it's also because I really think she's an alto. And the thing with altos is that a lot of them try to be sopranos because they just want to be sopranos, but to me, even if I can't understand, that's like low to me. It sounds very high and very much, you can see like the veins in her neck like bulging when she's trying to sing that. She's pushing her chest voice belt, which makes it just really uncomfortable and really painful, and it's just not gonna be good for your voice in the long run. And even in the short run, I bet after that short Instagram story she felt very sore. And in general, the base rule is that if it hurts, don't do it. Her fans are really loud in this video, so I can barely hear it, but this is her singing out loud live for the first time. This actually isn't bad. It's definitely heavy, but drowning in silence. I can't even do it. I'm sorry. I cannot do it. I truly can't. Drowning in silence when I'm lost in the ground. You can still feel emotion without shouting. You can still be passionate, but just drowning in silence. But she actually does not sound bad. Like if you're not a singer, you wouldn't notice. Ooh, it's getting really heavy now. She's a little under the pitch. Okay, she's in a completely different key now. I'm not going to blame this on her whatsoever. I think she's struggling to hear the music because the fans are so loud. That's a nice problem to have, but it's definitely making her off pitch. I think I'm ready to move on to her lyrics. But what I will say about that performance is, first of all, that was her first live performance ever, so I'm sure it was super stressful, and it's clear that she couldn't hear the music, because if she could, I think that her pitch issues would not be as bad. Her singing is a little shouty, but she has a nice tone, and that if she really, really worked hard on it, she could definitely improve. She's not a bad singer whatsoever. Like, she would be a blast at karaoke, but so many YouTubers have become musicians because of their YouTube fame. And it's just honestly something I'm a little bit jealous of, because my music is just, I'm very hard on myself about my music. I don't think it's very good, so I'm very jealous that Gabbie can release anything and people will crowd around her with love and support. I don't want to say like she never would have made it without her YouTube, because if she like worked really hard, consistently had vocal lessons, and like worked really hard on her lyrics, like she totally could. But the truth is that she didn't. She made it where she is because of her YouTube career. There's nothing I can do about that, and it's something that I'm working on because I'm extremely jealous of it. So lyrics are a little bit more subjective than singing, because with singing, like, you can say that someone is off pitch, and if they are, they just are. Like, that's not an argument, that's kind of just an objective thing. But with lyrics, like, if you like these lyrics, go ahead, like, you can. Like, I'm not telling you not to like these lyrics. I'm not saying that Gabbie should stop writing songs. You are totally allowed to like Gabbie Hanna's music. There's so little joy in this world recently, so if Gabbie Hanna's songs make you smile, then that is awesome, and there's nothing I'm gonna say about that. Anyways, we're gonna start with my personal least favorite song that Gabbie Hanna has written, I think, just in terms of the lyrics being incredibly lazy, in my opinion. Just, I will read it out loud to you, and then I will compare it to a song that I think has the exact same message, but just has more intention in the lyrics. Lyrically, I think this is the song that she put the least amount of effort in. This is in her album To a Mirror. In her album, there were a lot of songs that weren't songs, that were just little like voice memos sort of. So I feel like she kind of just put this song together really fast because there were like too many voice memos that she counted as songs and she needed like one more song. Let's just read the lyrics out loud to you. My opinion is that the lyrics that you write in songs should be good enough on its own that you don't need to sing them for them to mean something. But that's just my opinion. We'll see. Let's read these lyrics. Maybe we could meet again as strangers, start over, get to know each other, make another first impression, because it turns out I don't know you that well. Maybe we could fall in love again, but maybe this time we'll end up as friends. But if we keep trying in this moment, I know it will surely be the end. So I'll say goodbye for now. I don't know how long, but the time has come that we don't get along, so goodbye for now. I'm tired of feeling like the bad guy, and you're tired of making me cry. Maybe we could try this another time, but I think we could both use some space for a few weeks, months, maybe a year. I could work on myself, you focus on your career. It's kind of scary, the future's so unclear, but you're not the man I need you to be. So I'll say goodbye for now. I don't know how long, but the time has come that we don't get along, so goodbye for now. So I can see why some people might like this, because it's so straightforward and the language is so simple. It sounds exactly what Gabbie said to her ex when she was breaking up with him. There is nothing hidden, nothing. There is no lyrics to pick apart. What you say out loud is exactly what this song is about. This song is about a breakup. This is about goodbye. That's it. It's just goodbye. That's it. So maybe some people like that, and that's fine. You're allowed to like it. I guess my biggest critique of Gabbie Hanna's lyrics in this song in particular is just that they seem thrown together in 5 minutes. The rhymes are just there for rhyme, like there's no like purpose, and the repetition of goodbye for now just seems that she wants to fill the space. Also, it's the end of her album, so goodbye for now is like the perfect title for the last song in your album. So I think that's why she wrote the song, and I don't think there's a lot of meaning towards it. So I'm going to be showing you guys the lyrics from a song called You Had Time by Ani DeFranco. How can I go home with nothing to say? I know you're going to look at me that way and say, what did you do out there? What did you decide? You said you needed time, and you had time. You are a china shop, and I am a bull. You are really good food, and I am full. I guess everything is timing. I guess everything's been said. So I'm coming home with an empty head. You'll say, did they love you or what? I'll say they love what I do. The only one who really loves me is you. And you'll say, girl, you kick some butt. And I'll say, I don't really remember, but my fingers are sore and my voice is too. You'll say, it's really good to see you. You'll say, I missed you horribly. You'll say, let me carry that. Give that to me. And you will take the heavy stuff and you will drive the car. And I'll look out the window and make jokes about the way things are. How can I go home with nothing to say? I know you're going to look at me that way and say, what did you do out there? What did you decide? You said you needed time, and you had time. To me, there's just so much more to that, and it's also incredibly simple. With Gabbie Hanna, I feel that she's telling this story about this breakup, but she's not tying it into a universal experience or anything like that. She's just telling this story to tell this story, to sing this song on her album, to fill her album. That's what it feels like. Like, she enters with this scenario of, like, basically, I'm heading home and I told my boyfriend that I needed time to figure out whether or not we should stay in this relationship, and then I went on tour and I played for a bunch of people. I know what's gonna happen when I go home, but I don't know what I'm gonna say because everything's already been said, and I love him and he's awesome and he's incredible and look at all these great things. I know that he's gonna take my luggage and he's gonna drive me, he's gonna laugh at my jokes. I know he's gonna do all these great things, but it's just not right. It's just not right. This is not the right relationship. And I have nothing to say because I don't know how to explain it. But then she also explains it so perfectly with, you are a china shop and I'm a bowl, you are really good food and I am full. Like, you are a great, great person, just not quite right for me. Even at the end, just like, how can I go home with nothing to say? Which is repetition from the beginning. I know you're going to look at me that way and say, what did you do out there? What did you decide? You said you needed time and you had time. There's something so demanding about that. Like, she knows that he is going to demand for an answer. He's not going to give her more time. He said, you already had your time. You better give me your answer. It just kind of shows you the cracks of their relationship. It's more than, you're such a great person, I don't know what's wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. Maybe it's because he's so demanding. Like, you had time. But again, all of this is in her imagination. So I have so many questions, like, what actually happened when you saw him after your tour? I feel like Ani's song just has so much more to it, but at the same time, she doesn't use that many words. And I love when people don't use that many words and just the whole message is in those few words. And I think the issue about Gabbie's song is that there's just too much fat. There's too many lyrics that mean nothing. I'm tired of feeling like the bad guy and you're tired of making me cry. We could try this another time, but I think we could both use some space. Like, there's nothing hidden there. Now let's read the lyrics to Perfect Day, a true story, a song by Gabbie Hanna. It was a perfect day, oh how I've missed this. Such a perfect day, just two misfits sharing kisses. And after all this time you give me butterflies, butterflies. Months go by, I still get butterflies, butterflies. Perfect day, what did I do to deserve this? We went back to your house and we couldn't help but hold each other. Tangled out the mouth, took a break so I could take a shower. Washed the sand out of my hair from our perfect day spent at the beach. Looked into the foggy mirror and saw a message staring back at me. After all this time you give me butterflies, butterflies. Months go by, I still get butterflies, butterflies. Perfect day, what did I do to deserve this? Saw I love you written in the steam, and I couldn't help but smile at the sweet message you left me, but it wasn't in your handwriting. Then those happy little letters were the saddest things I've ever seen. But you left it all in ruins, we ended on a perfect day, really wish I could forget this, cause after all this time you give me butterflies, butterflies. Why'd you lie? Don't hurt my butterflies, butterflies. Watch them die, you killed my butterflies, butterflies. Butterflies ruined my day. What did I do to deserve this? A lot of people have been cheated on. This is what this is about. Once again, you listen to this song and you know exactly what it's about right away. And what I like about some of my favorite lyricists is that you have to listen to the song like 20 times to even understand what the heck they're talking about. But that's what I like. Some people like music that they can just be like, yeah, perfect day, but he cheated on her. Fuck him. You know, like some people just... Not everyone likes the type of music that I like. In fact, all of the people that I've mustered up the courage to show my music to have hated it. So to compare, I'm going to be talking about Mortal City by Dar Williams, because Gabbie Hanna in Perfect Day, a true story, is obviously telling a story. It doesn't seem, once again, that she's trying to connect this to like a bigger thing, like there was no journey. It doesn't seem that there's a lot of intention behind telling this story besides for, I'm gonna tell this story for a song. So this is Mortal City by Dar Williams, and I think what I like about this song is that it is so much telling a story, as in it's not saying like, this happened and this happened and then this happened. It's literally, Dar Williams is singing. He asked, why did you move there? She said, for the job. Like it's literally like a conversation, which is so interesting, but she somehow manages to tie it to this huger thing of just like, New York City sucks ass. I'm not gonna read you all the lyrics to this song because it's super long. It's like 7 minutes or something. Basically at the beginning of the song, it's talking about how she had this date with this guy and there was this blizzard that was really bad, but he promised to come over anyway. I'm just going to start He asked, "Why did you move here?" She said, for the job, and I've been so lonely here, so lonely. There's no one I can talk to, I don't even know your brother." He smiled and said, "Sometimes at night I walk out by the river. The city's one big town. The water turns it upside down. People found this city because they love other people. They want their secretaries, they want their power lunches. And I think about tonight, I heard the same newscast that you did. I unplugged everything. I looked out the window, and I think the city heard. I watched as one by one the lights went off, so that they could give their power to the hospital." They ate in silence while she thought this over. They sat together in a dark room in the mortal city, shifting in their blankets so they wouldn't get spaghetti on them. Then came the awkward moment after dinner, what to do. The ice was still falling, the streets were still dangerous, the cabs were not running, and this neighborhood was not the greatest. They both looked at the space where a couch would have been. She felt her stomach sink. She felt like she could hardly think. She said, "I never should have rented this apartment in the mortal city. The cold comes through every crack I put my hand up to. The radiator doesn't work. I have to use electric heat." And that settled it. They would both sleep in her bed. It was a matter of survival. She brought out t-shirts, sweatshirts, sweatpants, socks, and hats. If there was ever any thought of what would happen in that bed tonight, there was no question now. They could hardly move. They were wrapped up like ornaments, waiting for another season. They laid in bed and listened to the pelting ice. He said, "My brother's not a bad guy. He's just quiet. I wish you liked the city." She said, "Maybe I do. I think I have a special kind of hearing tonight. I hear the neighbors upstairs. I hear my heart beating. I hear 1,000 hearts beating at the hospital, and 1,000 hearts by their bedsides waiting, saying, 'That's my love in the white gown.' We are not lost in the mortal city. We are not lost in the mortal city." Jesus. So there's definitely a difference between these two songs, in my opinion. Because I feel like when you first listen to this song, you're genuinely kind of confused because you're like, this sounds stupid. Like, there's just a blizzard. Like, they're just two people on a first date. This is dumb. Like, why are we talking about them shifting in their blankets so they wouldn't get spaghetti on them? And then you start to kind of cry because it's so human. And that's what I like about it, is it's just so human and just so real and so raw. And that feeling of that you have a special kind of hearing, that you can hear your heartbeat and everyone else's heartbeat and the heartbeats at the hospital, the people by their bedside hoping they don't die. You can hear them, you can hear everything, and just, I don't know, it's just so human, it's so relatable. Like, I feel that. And with Perfect Day, it's just, you killed my perfect day. It was a really good day. It turns out you cheated on me, so you ruined everything. It's just a little bit immature, truthfully. Her songs are only ever about boys. There's never a bigger message there. But let's get into a song that attempts to have a bigger message there. See how she does with something more serious. So this is a song that I have a lot of issues with, and I really want you guys to tell me, like, am I crazy? Like, am I stupid for having issues with this song? Because I could just be, like, very, very sensitive. I don't know. So let me know if you like this song and if you think that the lyrics are problematic or not. But this is called Medicate by Gabbie Hanna, and the intention, I know, was to talk about mental health medication, which is very, very important. The idea of this is really nice, but it just doesn't quite work out, at least in my opinion. "I'm unwell, thanks for asking. Don't mind me, cause I'm just passing by. In this life, been a while, thought you forgot, but that's alright. How you've been, glad to hear it. Just one question, if you can bear it. Do you ever miss me too? Cause I spend my days still thinking of you. Should I take a pill to numb the pain, change the chemicals inside my brain? I worry I won't be the same, but I guess that's the point. Can you medicate a broken heart, make your tragedies a work of art? Medicate a broken heart, build your walls up just to rip them apart? Is this the way to fix this, or is this a quick fix I really couldn't say? Can you medicate it away? Doctor smile, kill me with kindness. Don't ask about the side effects. Swallow hard, kill sadness with science, but the aftermath might make you sick." The rest of it is just her repeating the previous things I just read to you. Okay, so I have some issues with this song because, first of all, it's about a boy. Again, her songs are always about boys, and there's nothing wrong with writing about boys, but if you're writing about mental health medication, maybe don't attach a boy to that. No doctor would prescribe you medication after a breakup unless you had that mental health issue for like a long time beforehand, but you just didn't really realize it because you were masking it well, but then once the breakup happened, your wounds just kind of reopened. But otherwise, like, a doctor is not going to prescribe you mental health medication for a breakup. So it's just weird. Like, can you medicate a broken heart? Like, no. Should I take a pill to numb the pain, change the chemicals inside my brain? I worry I won't be the same, but I guess that's the point. It's not the point. It's not the point. The point is definitely not to be a different person. The point is just so that your symptoms are more manageable, so you can actually be yourself more frequently. And if you have the right dosage, your pills are not going to numb your pain whatsoever. They're just going to make it slightly more easy to deal with. I can tell her intention was definitely to talk more about mental health medication, but she's really just talking about being scared to take mental health medication because she's worried that she's not going to be the same anymore. And it's all about this breakup. And there is no journey in this song. Once again, if she ended the song being like, it turns out mental health medication saved my life, it turns out mental health medication actually helps me so much, and there's nothing wrong with taking mental health medication if you do. It doesn't end like that. It doesn't, there's no like, it's okay guys if you take mental health medication. I was scared at first, but it's actually okay. No, it literally ends with, they say give yourself a break. They tell me to medicate. I don't want to medicate. And then just the chorus again. So, what? Like, I just don't understand what the point of making this is. And so many people are talking about, like, this song saved my life. Finally, people are talking about mental health medication. But it's like, how is this helping you for her to say that medication is, like, not good? So we're going to end this with just some lyrics that I just really, really like. I don't have any songs that actually really are similar to Medicate. None of the songs that I like are, like, mental health medication is bad. I have not heard a song like that yet, so I'm just gonna read some of my favorite lyrics to end this on a very positive note. These are lyrics from Evolve by Ani DeFranco. I'm trying to evolve, I'm just trying to evolve. So I walk like I'm on a mission, cause that's the way I groove. I've got more and more to do, I got less and less to prove. It took me too long to realize that I don't take good pictures, cause I have the kind of beauty that moves. What the hell is wrong with me today? Oh my god. Music is an incredible thing. Lyric writing is an incredible thing. If it brings Gabbie Hanna joy to write these songs that have no deeper meaning to them, then she should do it! She should do it, goddammit! If it brings her joy to sing in a way that's gonna hurt her throat, she should do it! She should do it, goddammit! It is fine. You do you. Seriously, I'm just doing this for funsies because it brings me joy to talk about singing, to talk about lyrics, to nerd out about my favorite lyrics and stuff. So whatever brings you joy in these dark, dark times. All right. I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Follow my Instagram. It's Alana Famers if you'd like to. That's it. Bye. I love you.